Good morning, MBA 500. Welcome to week number 2. By the way, today is tax day. If you haven't done your taxes, you have until midnight, unless you live in one of the exception states like Texas that was hit by the storms and that sort of thing. The natural disaster areas get until June 15th. But for most of the country, today is tax day. So, as being an accountant, everyone is calling and texting and emailing to get their taxes done on the very last day. So, it's going to be a busy day for the accountants. All right, let's talk about week number 2 and module number 2. So I'll try to keep this video a bit shorter than the one last week because last week was a bit more of an introductory. But once we get into module 2, we're going to start to differentiate between the strategic thinking of a business and the operational decision making. The best way you can think about this and the way to rationalize it, strategic thinking is long-term, medium, within the next 1 to 3 years, or even longer than that, between 5 and 15 years in terms of a strategic thinking. Operational decision making is today. Tomorrow, next week, the next 3 months. It's very short term. It's how do we get a problem solved? How do we get a customer serviced? That's operational decision making is short term. We got to get it done, block of tackling. Same thing goes with the strategic and operational planning. In businesses like myself, we do a strategic plan that's for 3 years. We do it every year. It's a rolling 3-year period. Yeah, so the first year of that strategic plan becomes the annual operating plan, right? And then from that annual operating plan, we operationalize that annual operating plan, and then we do quarterly planning against that operational plan. And the strategic plan is really meant to take your goals and your aspirations and try to push that company and push the decision making to really reach for growth and reach for profitability and reach for the sustainability goals that you have. So it's very long term, whereas the operational planning is how many pieces do I buy, how many pieces can I sell today to meet that plan. Now, for strategic thinking and strategic planning, you'll learn a tool called a SWOT analysis. And I'll also put a video link in the weekly announcement that focuses on how to do a SWOT analysis for Starbucks. You're going to do a SWOT analysis for Trader Joe's. You're going to tell me as the CEO and you're the consultant, what makes Trader Joe's so successful? Yeah. And if you've never been to a Trader Joe's, you may not know kind of what the shopping experience is like, what the people experience is like, but that's a couple of hints to the success of Trader Joe's, right? It's their people, it's their product, it's how they go to market. That's what makes Trader Joe's successful. And they're able to charge a premium for those, right? So you'll be doing a SWOT analysis for Trader Joe's, and you'll be doing a short consulting report to explain that this week. So this is basically the example. This is the instructions for the SWOT analysis. And again, the grading rubric, always use this grading rubric as your guideline for your paper and your SWOT analysis, right? You do that, it's an easy A for you. So please follow those guidelines. The other thing I want to just reiterate is you have something called the MBA Library Research Guide. This is a link inside your course. This gives you access to scholarly articles, Harvard Business Review, Sage, Business Expert Press. It gives you infinite access to anything that you would need to reference sources, to do any type of research for your consulting report and paper. Use this. Don't use our friend Google. Sometimes you get good answers from Google, but sometimes you don't get the right answer from Google. So use Harvard Business Review, use Wall Street Journal, use these sources to support your paper and to support your position. In addition to the Trader Joe's consulting report and SWOT analysis, there's a couple other things due this week. You have a short quiz. It's really, really short. It's around 3 questions long. There's a 2-hour time limit, and you get to take it twice. But these questions are not they're not difficult questions, but they're not easy. They're meant to kind of stimulate your thought. So please make sure you've gone through the material and you read and dissect each question thoroughly when you answer it. It has a small impact on your grade, very, very small impact on your grade, but take the time to read each question thoroughly and try to understand what you're being asked. If you just quickly go through it, you'll probably miss all or 2 of the 3 questions. So please take your time. I cannot reset it. Take your time and read each question thoroughly, okay? The other part that's due this week is the coaching versus mentoring course. This will take you a few minutes. The instructions on how to log on was back in Module 1. It's through your Wiley Plus. You have to go in, you have to add something to your cart. There's a special code that makes it free. So please make sure you do that. Try to do it early in the week and not wait until Sunday night at 9 o'clock to do it. So it'll take you, I think it's around an hour, hour and a half to kind of sit down and fully do it from start to finish. And please keep in mind too, the Excel class that's due in week 10 is part of that same Wiley Plus module. Go ahead and download it and spend a little time each week doing that course, because it'll take you around 3 to 4 hours to do. And if you spend 20, 30 minutes a week, then you'll get it done way ahead of time. You can submit it and get your grade, get signed off, and life is good. But if you try to do it in week 10 on the very last day, it's going to be a lot of work to get done in that short amount of time. So please plan for that. Yep. So that's all I have for week 2. How the grading works for these courses is I will start the grades. You'll see them populate. I'll probably do the discussion boards tomorrow. Then I'll start to grade the consulting reports. You'll see those grades come in toward the end of the week, maybe over the weekend, and then I'll also grade your video responses. The video responses in Bongo do take a little longer because I listen to each one of them. I'll respond to you individually, and you'll see those responses back in Bongo, and then you'll see your grade in the Grade Center. So I hope everyone has a great week. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me an email. If you need any help, if you're struggling with any topics, please feel free to reach out. Hope you have a great week 2. I hope you are enjoying this wonderful spring. I know I am. I live in Dallas, and it's going to rain for the next few days. And it's been raining, it seems like, since January here. So we have plenty of water. So if you have any questions, any comments, need anything, please reach out. Otherwise, I wish you guys a great week. Take care.